this release, we have a small improvement in the walkthrough for new users and a major improvement to our web API. When a new account is created, users will be shown two buttons in the designer that were recently added. Support. This opens a new tab with our support page. And the settings button, which opens My Trigger, where you can manage your application settings and see your usage and billing information. The second feature in this release is the ability to send a list of items to a web API. I've prepared a flow part for that, which is OpenAI chat completion, and I've prepared a call here. And what you can do now is here in the input, I have a message list. So it's a list of messages, which I've defined in the data model. And then we can use that in our chat completions API call. So here I request that. I want to post data. This has all been set up. If we post data now, previously you couldn't send a list of items, but now we can. So we add a value here, and this time we select a property from the flow part. And as you can see, you can now select the list of messages. So we'll select that, give it a name. In this case, it has to be called messages according to the documentation. What happens now is that we get the option to add stuff into the messages custom object list. So if we add an item here, we can now select property from data item list. So this will be a property from that message list, so from each message. Click that. And we can now add, for example, the content for each of the messages. We'll not include the value if this is empty, just in case. And we can then rename it. And in this case, I'll call it content with a small letter C at the start, because that's what the documentation specifies. And I'll also add another one, and that is role, which is also needed. Same thing, role. And what Trigger now does is it will create this object for each of the items, for each item in the messages list that we've supplied as input. You can also add other things to here, so you can do a specific value, which will be the same for every message in this list in this case. You can also do a property from the flow part, so that would be the same again for every item and the same for custom items. So you have a lot of options to also add generic information. So this is how you can now add a list, and then that is what we'll do. We'll send this. I've already set this up. So you can see that we just have a complex structure that we get back. And that is how you can now make a web API that sends a list of items based on a data item list that you have in your application.